So, hello dear students. In the last class, we had discussed the uniform plane waves in free space. We had seen the wave equations. Okay. Now we need to derive the relationship between electric field intensity and magnetic field intensity in the free space. So basically, we have to derive the relation between E and H in free space. Okay. So we have a expression for it, and let us now derive it. So the topic of today's discussion is the relationship between your E and H. Okay, electric field intensity and magnetic field intensity in free space. Okay, so about free space I had discussed while I was discussing the plane waves in free space. Okay, so what are the conditions what we consider in free space that we have already discussed. So let us start deriving this. Consider consider the following Maxwell equation first. Consider the following Maxwell equation. So we have one equation, we already know that del cross E equals to minus del V upon del T. From the time varying field, we have derived this equation, and that is if we put B equals to mu H, okay, so it will be what? Minus mu and del H upon del T. Okay, so let us put it, our number is at equation 1. Now if we expand this, see this is a del operator and this is a cross product. So if two vectors are there and they are in cross product, so we can obviously expand it in the form of determinant. So it is, let's say del operator is there, but both have the components along ax, ay and az. Okay, this del operator components can be written as del x, del y and del z. Okay, and the component of E along Ex, Ey and Ez respectively will be Ex, Ey and Ez. Okay, and in the right side also we can expand this. How we can expand this? You can write minus mu del t. Okay, and this h can be expanded like this: hx ax plus hy ay. Okay, and plus hz az. Yes or no? So assuming that the plane wave is propagating in z direction, what will happen? Your Ey will be 0 and Hx will be 0. Yes or no? So what is our assumption? So we have assumed, so that the plane wave is propagating in z direction. Plane wave is propagating in which direction? In the z direction. Okay, so if it is propagating in z direction, so what are the assumptions? So Ey equals to 0, okay, and Hx equal to 0. Fine. Now if we apply these conditions to this expression, so how it will change? So here we have the ax, ay and az. Okay, now this del x is 0, del y is 0, so only we will have del z because the wave is propagating in z direction. Okay, now this ex will be there and ey it is 0, ez is 0. Okay, now here also minus mu del t. Okay, and now what will happen to this hx? Hx is 0, also hz is 0, so this hy will be remaining. So hy ay. Okay, now if we resolve it, so along ax 0, along ay it is component is there, so along ay if we resolve it, so what we will get? Along ay this is 0 and minus of this del z ex. Okay, and that minus with this sign will got cancelled out, so here it is del z ex. Okay, and direction will be along ay because we have resolved this along ay, and here in the RHS we'll have this minus mu del t hy ay. So minus mu del t hy ay. Okay, so this is the expression. Fine. So in the more simpler term, both sides it is ay, so no need to write it. So we can simply write it del ex upon del z equals to minus mu del hy upon del t. So simply we can write del ex on del z equals to minus mu del hy upon del t. So this is your equation 2. Okay, but we know that the electric field is the function of space and time. Okay, so since it is the function of space and time, so we can write this ex equals to em plus cos of, this is the wave equation. Okay, this is the representation of wave, so we can write this plus em minus cos omega t plus beta z. Okay, now differentiating the above expression with respect to z, what we get? So we get del ex upon del z equals to, this beta will be taken as common and em plus sine omega t minus beta z and minus this em minus cos of omega t plus beta z. Okay, so this will be your del Ex upon del z. Okay, now substituting del Ex upon del z from equation 2. So substituting this del Ex upon del z from, sorry, in equation 2. So in equation 2, we have this del Ex upon del z, and we have determined the value of del Ex upon del z. So this value, this whole value can be substituted in equation 2. So after substitution, what we will get? So we will get this beta Em plus sine omega t minus beta z minus this Em minus cos omega t plus beta z and equals to minus mu del xy upon del t. So this we will get after substituting this. Okay. Now from here, what will be this del hy upon del t? If we take this term out, del hy upon del t. We simply want to know this. So this minus mu will be divided to this side. So it will be minus beta upon this mu, and the whole expression will continue. So it is Em plus sine omega t minus beta z and minus this Em minus cos omega t plus beta z. Okay, so this is your del hy upon del t. Now integrating, if we integrate this expression, okay, integrate this expression with respect to your time t. Okay, so if we integrate it, okay, so integrating that expression with respect to t. So that equation, if we integrate, then what we will get? Hy equals to minus beta upon mu, and this is minus Em cos omega t minus beta z upon omega. This is simply the integration with respect to t. Okay. So if you will do it by yourself, you will get the same result. Upon omega. Okay. Now more simply, if we write, so we can write this hy equals to beta upon this omega u can be omega into mu. This minus minus, it is plus, so it is Em. Actually it is Em plus. Okay, so Em plus cos of omega t minus beta z minus this Em minus cos of omega t plus beta z. Okay, so this hy, so this hy, if we multiply this beta upon omega mu to both the terms, so we can write this as Hy equals to beta upon omega mu your Em plus cos of omega t minus beta z and minus of beta upon omega u mu Em minus cos of omega t plus beta z. Okay, so this one is your equation number 3. Okay, and this is important relation also, so I should keep it in box. Okay, and the unit of H is amps per meter, so unit is amps per meter. Okay, now also this expression if we write, so if we put a component, so if it is Hy, so obviously this component will be what? If we talk of this component, this will be your Hm plus, and this component if we talk, so this is your Hm minus. Okay, fine. So for magnetic field, if we write the expression, so this Hy equals to, if we simply write for Hy what we have written for Ex, we write for Hy, then Hm plus what we can write, cos omega t minus beta z. Okay, and plus this Hm minus cos of omega t plus this beta z, and it is again amperes per meter. Okay, so this is your equation 4. Now we compare this. This is Hm plus and this particular is Hm minus. Okay, so comparing equation, so on comparing this equation 3 and equation 4, if we compare, so what we get this Hm plus equals to beta upon omega into mu and into Em plus. Okay, whereas this Hm minus equals to minus of, this minus also will have to take, because if you compare, so this minus will also be taken as, so minus beta upon omega mu and this Em minus. Okay, so further we can also write Hm plus equals to this Em plus upon this beta upon omega mu, and Hm minus equal to Em minus upon beta upon omega mu. Okay, so why we are writing that, I will explain. So we can write this Hm plus equals to Em plus upon, this will be mu omega upon beta, because we have put it to the denominator. Okay, and if we write it more clearly, so it is Em plus upon, and this is mu omega. Okay, and we can also write it as mu root over of mu epsilon. Okay, so if these two terms will be cancelled out, and root under mu and mu, okay, is further solved, so it is written as Em plus upon root over mu upon epsilon. Okay, so put it as equation 5. Fine. Also your Hm minus, we have the Hm minus also. Hm minus can be written as minus Em minus upon, similarly we can write mu omega upon beta, and it can be written as minus Em minus upon this mu omega upon omega root mu epsilon. So it is written as minus Em minus upon this root of mu upon epsilon. This is also equation 5. Okay. Now these equations are analogous to the Ohm's law. How I will explain. So these equations are analogous to the Ohm's law. How they are analogous? Because Ohm's law says what? I equals to V upon Z. Yes or no? Where I is what? Analogous to, where this I and V are analogous to your H and E respectively. Okay? Yes or no? So that's why we say that the impedance expressed in terms of mu and epsilon, which are the properties of medium, called intrinsic impedance of the medium, and is denoted by eta. Okay. So the impedance expressed in terms of this mu and epsilon, okay, which are this mu and epsilon are what? The permeability and permittivity. So obviously they are the what? They are the properties of the medium. They are the properties of the medium. Okay, and are called the intrinsic impedance. Are called the intrinsic impedance. So they are called the intrinsic impedance. Okay, and it is denoted by eta. Okay, fine. So this eta can be expressed as, this intrinsic impedance eta equals to what? It is Em plus upon this Hm plus. Okay, because impedance, if we write Z, so what we write? Z equals to V upon I. Yes or no? So your V is analogous to E and I is analogous to H. So eta equal to Em plus upon Hm plus, or we can also write it as Em minus upon this Hm minus. Okay, and this is equal to your mu upon epsilon, and this is a impedance, so the unit is ohm. Okay, so if we talk of the free space, okay, for the free space, what is the value of this mu and epsilon? So for free space, mu is equal to mu 0, and the value is what? 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 per meter. Okay, and epsilon is equal to epsilon 0 equals to 8.854 into 10 to the power. This is the constant value per meter. This we already know. Okay, so for free space, if we denote your eta, so it is eta 0, and eta 0 equal to what? Mu upon epsilon. So here it is for free space, it is mu 0 upon epsilon 0, and if we put these values, okay, if we will put these values That is, in place of mu 0, if you put 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7, and for epsilon 0, if you put 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 12, and if you solve this, okay, so you will get there is 377 ohm. Okay, so this eta means intrinsic impedance for the free space is 377 ohm. This is a very important value, you must remember it. This is the intrinsic impedance, okay, for free space.